You want to know what it's like to walk into a place where you know folks already wrote your story before you even say a word? Yeah, that happened. Monica Elridge stepped into Winstead Technologies at 9 on the dot. Not like she needed a job, but like she already owned a piece of the place. Navy suit, simple shoes, hair pulled back just right, not a single detail left to chance. She paused by the front desk, one of those modern glass and steel lobbies where the air smells like toner, and ambition in, nodded a polite good morning to the receptionist, who looked her up and down like Monica was a surprise delivery instead of a candidate. Interview? The woman asked, barely glancing at the list. Monica smiled, steady as you please. Monica Elridge, 10 o'clock, strategy team. The receptionist just nodded and flicked her hand toward a row of stiff leather chairs, not bothering with eye contact. So Monica waited, smooth skirt, folder on her lap, eyes forward, like she's been here 100 times. At 9:56, a guy in khakis and a maroon shirt drifted by, gave her a second look, then muttered, "Deliveries go through the back." Didn't even try to hide the smirk. Monica held his gaze. "I'm not here for deliveries," she said, no apology in her voice, and he kept walking like he hadn't heard. That's when you know you're not being seen. You're being sized up. 10 minutes later, a woman in a lavender blazer popped up, called her name smiling, but with those nervous eyes that scan and retreat. They walked past glass offices, people pretending not to stare, but Monica caught it. Those little glances, the kind that measure, that judge. Conference room 3. 3 people at the table. One guy with salt and pepper hair, pinstripe suit. Another with a buzz cut, smart watch, eyes fixed on his phone. And a younger woman in red lipstick that clashed with her blouse. Monica shook hands, got a lukewarm welcome, and sat straight back, patient. Pinstripe didn't waste time. "You're a little overqualified for this position, aren't you?" It wasn't a question, not really. Monica didn't blink. Qualifications shouldn't be a disadvantage. That got a raised eyebrow, but nothing warmer. Right away, you could feel they weren't curious, they were resistant. The woman with red lipstick scanned Monica's resume, like she was hunting for holes. "There's a gap here. For years." "What happened?" Monica's voice stayed calm. "I stepped away to care for my mother. She had advanced Parkinson's. She passed last spring." Silence for a second. Buzz cut didn't even acknowledge, it just leaned back. "How do we know you're up to speed?" "A lot's changed." Monica said, "True. That's why I consulted on several projects this past year, can give you recent case studies." Buzzcut shrugged. "Sure, but real strategy isn't something you dip in and out of." Monica smiled, just a hint. "You'd be surprised what you can keep sharp when you help shape the rules." That made them pause just for a beat. Pinstripe came back in. "Why would a former director at Olden Row Partners apply for a mid-level role here?" Monica didn't flinch. "I heard this company is evolving. I care about vision, not hierarchy." She knew what they were dancing around. It wasn't just her resume. It was her presence, her confidence, her skin. Red lipstick tried again. "We want team players who don't make things personal." Monica replied. "Results speak loudest when the room actually listens. But I understand some rooms aren't used to certain voices." Buzzcut let out a low laugh, not even subtle. "Let's talk metrics," he said, flipping his printout. "You led a restructuring that saved $4 million? Is that verifiable?" Monica nodded. "I have documentation." Pinstripe waved a hand. "We'll get to that. High level, how do you handle pushback on a team that doesn't see things your way?" "Monica, I listen first. Then I ask better questions. People want to be heard before they follow." Red lipstick raised an eyebrow. "That sounds idealistic." Monica just smiled. "Maybe, but it works." And that's when she realized they weren't really interviewing her. They were testing her patience, poking the bear to see if she'd break. Monica didn't bite. She answered every backhanded question with grace, didn't raise her voice once. She didn't need to. Her whole life had prepared her for this. Daughter of a truck driver and a night shift nurse in Bakersfield, California, her father used to hand her the Wall Street Journal and say, "You want to know where the power is? Right here." By 10, Monica was reading the markets. By high school, she was tutoring economics. At Spelman, she graduated near the top of her class and skipped the party to take an internship in Boston. That led to a career that had her name in trade mags, teaching at Stanford, advising boardrooms, but when her mom got sick, she dropped it all, moved back to care for her. For years gone from the fast track, but she never let herself get dull. When her mom passed, Monica reached out to a former mentee, Patrice Calwell, now a senior analyst at Winstead. Things are changing here, but there's pushback, Patrice whispered. Bias. Blind spots. You make waves. Monica sent her resume through the portal, just like anyone else. What she didn't know as CEO, Leon Carmichael, remembered her. 10 years ago, she'd helped his company avoid disaster. He hadn't forgotten. Back in conference room 3, the panel was winding up for the knockout. Buzz Cut leaned in. Say you inherit a team that resists your style. What's your first move? Monica answered, I sit with them. Listen, figure out the problem before assuming it's about me. He smirked, so you start soft. Monica shook her head. No, I start smart. Pinstripe tried to pile on. This isn't a hand-holding company. We need results. Monica shot back. Clarity isn't a slowdown. It's fuel. Red lipstick, pen tapping, asked, your directions see that as combative. Would you adjust your tone? Monica didn't blink. Is it my tone or your comfort level with women who don't downplay themselves? That shut the room up. Nobody apologized, but the atmosphere changed. And then the twist. The door opened, no knock. In walked Leon Carmichael, the CEO himself. No tie, just a sharp suit and the kind of calm that fills a room. Miss Elridge, thank you for coming, he said, bowing slightly. The chairwoman's seat is still open, if she'll have it. The panel froze. Monica stood, shook his hand steady, polite, but you could feel the power shift. Leon led her out, left the panel stunned. They walked to a private room. Leon closed the door. You saved us once before, he said. Patrice said you're the future. I need someone to change this place from the inside. Monica asked, do I have full authority? Leon nodded. Policy, hiring, culture you call it. Anyone pushes back, they can find the door. Monica said, I'm not interested in being a symbol. Leon smiled. That's what I'm counting on. The meeting ended. By the time they left, the office was buzzing. People pretending not to watch, knowing something big just happened. That afternoon, Monica got the formal offer, not just a job, but a mandate to rebuild, rewrite, and reassess the whole company. She didn't accept right away. She wanted one-on-ones with every executive director. Some agreed, some delayed, but they all knew this wasn't business as usual. It was a shift. Her first day, Monica didn't sneak in the back. She walked right through the lobby, portfolio in hand, head high. The same receptionist stood up, this time with respect. Monica nodded. Is Patrice in? I'll let her know, the woman replied, almost eager. People stared, conversations paused, but Monica didn't care. She called a meeting, 11 directors, 3 VPs, HR Leon. No slides. How many of you have ever been really challenged by someone who didn't look like you? She asked. Silence. I've read every hiring and promotion file for the last 5 years. Patterns are clear. Some bias is unconscious, some isn't. That ends now. She laid out new policies, bias training, exit interview audits, anonymous feedback. If that sounds unnecessary, think twice about staying. Not a 3 to fact. Monica spent weeks listening, holding office hours for anyone, janitor to junior analyst. At first, no one came. Then 3. Then a flood. People shared stories, missed promotions, stolen credit, outdated policies. Monica took notes, followed up, made changes. Never once raised her voice. The building remembered. One afternoon, Patrice brought coffee. You're the reason folks stay now. Some even think you're the real CEO. Monica laughed. No thanks, I'm too busy actually running things. Patrice grinned. You good? I'm good. We're just getting started. But Monica knew this was only the beginning. One night, she sat alone in her office, city lights blinking outside. She thought of her parents, her old dreams, the way they tried to shrink her voice at that interview. She heard her mother's words. They'll try to turn you down, baby. Don't give them the dial. She never had. She just kept speaking, clear and steady, loud enough to change the room. You know what nobody tells you? Sometimes power isn't handed to you. Sometimes you show up already carrying it, and the people trying to box you out only remind you how big you actually are. Monica didn't fix everything overnight, didn't end bias with one speech. But she proved you don't have to beg for a seat, you are the seat. And now, she was building a longer table. She packed up quietly, flipped off the light, no fanfare, just purpose in every step. Tomorrow she'd be back. And every day after, until what she brought wasn't rarite was the norm. So let me ask, you ever been doubted, talked over, or made to feel like you had to shrink to fit? Don't. Grow anyway. Take your seat. And if there's no seat, build one. If you believe real strength doesn't shout, it just shows up, day after day, until the whole room changes. Share your story below. Let's talk about what justice, respect, and real change actually mean. You know what I mean?